everybody is busy hopping from one resort to another, I hopped on a helicopter to get a good view of the place I'll be exploring today. Up north in Cagayan Valley is the town of Santa Ana. The picturesque view from the air makes me wonder how, in an era of technology and globalization, could a place so unspoiled, unblemished, and untouched still be in existence. This is one of the most beautiful spots that I've been to, actually in the whole world, just because this beach is, I think it's actually the only beach I've been to that is still untouched and pure and virginal, and it feels like, you know, I have the whole beach to myself. There's absolutely no one here. The water is so blue. You've got all those wonderful shades of different hues of blue, and the water looks so inviting that I'm actually gonna go and take a little swim. The fine white sand reminds me of Boracay, minus the crowd. The pristine waters make it too hard to resist for those who like to swim. And the lack of commercial and industrial structures makes this a favorite spot for the nature lover. All the beaches along the northern coast of Cagayan are conducive for swimming, especially during summer. They offer very natural settings. It's secluded in a way that visitors can enjoy and bask in the sun undisturbed for days. The interesting rock formations caught my eye as I walked the never-ending shore of the beach. As I looked closely on these formations, I noticed that most of plant life here grew literally in the rocks. This is what they call an ultra-basic forest, or simply a beach forest. The ecosystem seems to have adapted to its environment, no soil, then it's the rocks for them. By the abundance of the mangrove area, one can measure the physical condition of its ecosystem. The mangrove is the heart of the marine cycle of life. Without them, life in the oceans is in jeopardy.
All over the country, will affect fishery because it plays a very important role in the life cycle of fishes and crustaceans, crabs, and other marine organisms.
Just like the trees, these mangroves hold the soil or the sand to prevent it from eroding. They are the forest of the sea. Recently, they also discovered that mangroves can actually deter ocean disasters like tsunamis.
Protects coastline from erosion, that is brought about by wave action. So that was a very important observation dun sa Thailand and in these places where the tsunami occurred. That in places where there are a lot of mangrove trees, there's not much damage as compared to an open beach with development and hardly any trees. So it really protects because, as you can see, the root system is well embedded in the soil, and ang role niya talaga is to capture soil and coming from, let's say, river runoffs, kaya ganyan yung root system niya, is to capture soil.
We took an outrigger boat to Cape Engano, our ultimate destination. Along the way, there were several long white island beaches. The trip to the Cape was filled with engaging stories from the boatmen about Cape Engano. From afar, the centuries-old lighthouse beckons in the midst of verdant plant life on top of a hill. Down below is a long white beach, its waters calm and placid. When we reached the shore, the view towards the sea was amazing. Both sides of the cove are dense mountains with patches of huge rock formations. One of the wonders of a mysterious effect on the Cape. That mountainous island and the Pacific Ocean. Cape Engano gives us a panoramic view of the island. From its highest point, we could see the rocky and rugged but beautiful islands called Dos Hermanas. The lighthouse, on the other hand, is still fully functional. It still guides passing ships not to slam on the rocky reefs beneath. To reach Santa Ana, one must take a 14-hour bus ride from Manila. From here, you can ask the local boatman to take you to Palaui Island. Since Cagayan Valley is far from the urban cities of Baguio and Manila, only a few lucky tourists have the patience to endure the long trip. Okay, I'm here in Aguib Beach in Santa Ana, Cagayan, and I'm here with Administrator Ponce of the CEZA, which is the Cagayan Economic Zone Authority. Yeah. Okay, so what is the vision of CEZA?
Well, the vision of the Freeport Zone is really to develop this area. This is about 54,000 hectares into an agro-industrial area because of the potential of Region 2. As it's, Region 2 is an agri-based region, and also potential transshipment. We propose that this will be an alternative or an alternate transshipment port because of its strategic location to major cities, particularly South and Southeast Asia. And it is also planned that this is going to be a major tourist destination. And an example of this is Aguib.
I know, it's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful. You have the Gotham Point, the mangrove areas, and there's another white sand beach we call it Mapurao. Mapurao in the native language is meaning white. So, and you have Palaui Islands. There's a potential diving sites and snorkeling, and there's...
Slowly but surely, they are introducing the riches of Cagayan to tourists and investors. And even before investors begin to build in Cagayan, the local government has managed to protect its environment by having it declared a marine reservation area. Palaui Island is... You've seen enough of Palaui's beauty. It's about time you see the reason why Palaui should remain conserved and untouched. We were surprised by what we saw. The underwater worms called nudibranchs revealed themselves in all shapes, sizes, and spectacular colors. So, Gutsy, what did you think about the dive today?
Well, Anilao is sometimes referred to as the branching capital of the world because of the amount of nudibranchs they have. I think we may have found a new capital here in Palaui Island.
Wow.
It's really
just from one dive.
It's really a macro heaven for the enthusiast.
You agree?
100%. 100%. I've never seen that many nudibranchs in one dive. I've seen, there's really so many.
I think we must have shot about 25 to 30, at least, different types.
And you've seen some new ones
more.
that you've never seen?
Yeah.
Definitely.
To think, our plan was about a 45-minute dive. It became, for me, it's a 94-minute dive.
Wow.
There's just so much there.
We kept trying to get back up from the dive, but we'd see something else and then we'd go back down.
Okay, so what did you guys saw nudibranchs, and what else did you
There's
see?
a number of flatworms, sea stars, lots and lots of leather coral, actually.
And also the fish there seem to be on steroids. They have this pretty much the same sort of fish that they have in other coral reefs around the Philippines, but they just seem to be bigger.
Yeah.
They're all just bigger and fatter and a bit different color. A bit more yellower, more deeper greens.
And on the bigger side of things, the dive site is a bit different because of all these boulders that have been,
swim
it's like,
throughs.
they fell down from the cliffs. So it's like there's lots of cracks that you can swim through, small caves.
Very unique, very unique diving
It's
spot.
extremely interesting.
And it's very clean, I noticed.
It is
No
quite clean,
garbage.
yeah. That's true.
No plastic bags floating in the blue.
So it's a photographer's haven or a videographer's haven. Those who want to take lots of pictures, lots of video, this is the place to go. But of course, it's still a bit difficult to plan things out, but it is definitely worth the trip.
You probably have seen several underwater shots we have done in Team Explorer, but I believe it will never be close to this. And what a way to end our adventure. As we were cruising along the beaches of Palaui, we stumbled upon a whale. It was an unforgettable interaction with a sea mammal. It stayed on with us for almost 30 minutes, as if welcoming us to its marine world. The whale seemed to be engaging with us, constantly swam near the boat. Earlier we were told of whale sightings in the area, but we never expected to see a whale at such close proximity. We later consulted an expert and told us that it was actually a minke whale, the smallest baleen whale in the world. And to cap our discovery, we're even told that it was the first ever recorded sighting of a minke whale in the Philippines. Another first for Team Explorer. Our trip to Cagayan is truly one of the most memorable stories our team has ever done. Santa Ana and Palaui Island is one of the most ecologically sound places that should be appreciated and protected in our country. This has been Amanda Griffin for Team Explorer.